Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach as well as the author of Food Truck 101, Beginner to Winner. This podcast is all about helping you grow your food truck business. And if you haven't started yet, I got all kinds of tips and tricks to help you get started. Today, I'm going to talk about people that patronize our business. What do we refer to them as? And that would be guests. Guests are people we invite to our business. Just like when you invite people to your house for a dinner party, you want to make sure your house is spick and span and clean and the food is perfect. And you're inviting your friends, you're inviting your family, and you want to impress them. It's the same thing in food service. We don't have customers. Anybody that refers to the people that patronize their business as customers already are looking at the people incorrectly. Customers can be replaced by another customer. Customers are nameless, they're faceless, they're entities that just have money in exchange for a product. And they get replaced by another nameless, faceless entity that has money to purchase a product. Guests, on the other hand, are people with needs, people with wants, people that have memories, people that you want to impress. You want to create loyalty with the guest. You want them to come back to you frequently because they feel good about being around you and eating your food. Customers will go wherever they want. Customers are fickle. Guests can become loyal. So guest service goes well beyond, can I take your order? And then handing out a bag of food. Guest service is noticing things about your guests as they walk up. It is learning their names. It's learning the things that they like. We all have that one restaurant where we step in and people know us by name. They know what drinks we want. They know which table we like to sit at. And they take us to those things and we're greeted with the drinks almost immediately. That's what you want your food truck to be like. The person that comes 3 times a week and orders the same thing, maybe you can anticipate and have their food ready super quick. If they always get a soda of a certain brand, you have that sitting there ready at the counter as soon as they step up. They know you're paying attention. They're getting guest service that's above and beyond customer service. There was a person I talked to not too long ago that made this really dumb statement that said, most customers are wrong. Well, when you say that and you believe that, working with the public's not a bright idea. You're only going to be frustrated. So when I pointed that out, the next thing out of their mouth was, no, I love taking care of my customers. But let me tell you what they did. Okay, so it's a they, not a person. They came in and ordered cheese sauce and then got mad because I couldn't pick out the little bits of pico that we put in it. And I said, what does your menu say? It has cheese sauce with pico because that's not a common way to get it. Well, no, it doesn't say that. See, anytime that somebody reads your menu, they're going to look at the words and they're going to have memories of all those food words. So when you say something like cheese sauce, they have in their mind the delicious cheese sauce that they bought from someplace else, and they expect yours to be similar. So if they have a plain yellow cheese sauce that they thought was awesome, and your description doesn't say anything to the contrary, they expect a yellow, awesome cheese sauce. And it's not their fault that their memory took them to that. It's your fault for not being specific in your descriptions of your food. If you use generic names, then the food should also be generic. The trick, though, when you have a customer that gets disappointed by something you've done, whether it be the inadvertent, vague description, or it's something you really did, like messing up a sandwich, the way it was dressed, the way it was cooked, diffusing that complaint is your utmost goal, no matter whose fault it is. It could be the guest's fault for assuming that something would be prepared in a certain way, and it's not. It could be that they look at a piece of meat and go, that's overdone, when it's really medium, but in their mind it's overdone. It doesn't matter whether it is or is not. In their mind it is. So your goal is to diffuse the complaint and then turn them into a loyal fan. One that wants to come back and see you again and again and again. Because remember, if they took the time to complain, they're also saying, hey, I like your business well enough to want to come back. Would you please fix this for me? So I will want to come back. They may be screaming and hollering at that moment because something was messed up, but the underlying intent of a complaint is asking you to fix a problem so they'll want to come back in the future. They want to get their money's worth. They want to feel like you're a good, solid business and somebody worthy of them to come back again and again. But if your idea of guest service is when there's a complaint to say, sorry, that's the way we do it, hit the road next, you don't have loyal guests. You don't have returning guests. You have a dwindling customer base that will soon go away because you're feeding customers rather than taking care of guests. That's what food service is all about. Successful food service has guests. Successful food service has high quality food, great speed of service, friendly service, and does everything possible to make the guests want to come back. At the point that you refuse service because somebody's upset your feelings and say, well, see that sign there? It says I have the right to refuse service, so I'm refusing you service. They will not only come back, but I can guarantee you they will tell about 100 other people how sorry your business is. You don't need a sign that says the right to refuse service. You have the right to encourage them to come back and to win their loyalty. That's what you have the right to do. If you think that most customers are wrong, you're just going to be frustrated. I think most customers are right. They want good food. They expect me to deliver it. That's not really difficult. So my question to you is, how could you possibly love something where you feel most of the interactions are going to be wrong? I don't want you to be frustrated in this business. If you think that customers are going to be wrong and they're going to complain all the time, sell your food truck and get out of the business. Find something you love. You don't need to be frustrated in your daily job. This business isn't hard. I promise you it's not hard. All you got to do is work. All you got to do is plan. And all you got to do is deliver on your plan. Good food, good service. Easy combination. If you guys are enjoying this podcast, please consider hitting the support button or follow the links in the description and offer any kind of support you possibly can. Every little bit does help keep us going. Do you love being around like-minded positive people? If you do, check out our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. There you'll find a ton of information and a whole bunch of inspiration from the awesome membership. Thank you guys so much for listening. I certainly hope you're finding all the information useful for your food truck business. Y'all have a great day. Come back tomorrow. I'll have another topic.